Over 2.5 decades have passed since the chilling inception of Resident Evil. Today we embark on a journey to revisit its original incarnation, probing the question, does it still hold up in today's gaming landscape? Welcome back to the world of survival horror. If you're new to the series and you want to know if you should play the original version, the short answer is probably no. The graphics haven't aged well, the writing isn't great, the voice acting is terrible, controls are clunky, and the dialogue is cheesy as hell.
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
Playing the remake, it is far superior. So if that's all you needed to know, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Alright, let me level with you. Yes, by today's standard, the game might seem a bit rough around the edges, ticking off all those boxes I've laid out, but let me tell you, I adore it with a passion. This, my friend, is where the legacy was born. If the original Resident Evil hadn't struck gold, who knows where it would be now? It's a piece of gaming history that demands your attention. Now, let's not kid ourselves, navigating the original release has become a bit of a labyrinth, with the remakes gleaming on the forefront. Unless you've got the vintage hardware, or you're a wizard at emulation, diving into the roots can be a bit of a head-scratcher.
You tried your best, and you failed miserably. The lesson is, never try.
The version on screen is the SeamlessHD project. Those fine folks have worked wonders giving the aging gem a glistening facelift in high definition. If you're curious to witness their craft, then there's a link down in the description below. At the beginning of this video, I dished out some advice that newcomers should tread the path of the remake. To be completely transparent, it's the only rendition of the game I've ventured into since the emergence back in 2002. In fact, it's been over 2 decades since I've delved into the original version myself. And let me tell you, the experience was nothing short of delightful. Now don't get me wrong, this wasn't my first dance with the game. I have actually played this game in the pre-remake era. I journeyed through it more times than I can possibly remember. However, after all these years, this playthrough felt like re-entering like an old vivid dream. You know, the kind that's where you wake up and it lingers in your mind. You find yourself in the company of long lost friends or family, in a place that feels like home, yet it's not quite right.
Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange.
The doors are missing or the rooms are rearranged, and the familiarity is there, but there's just like it's something quite off. I've spent 2 decades wandering the game world that now feels different corners and hidden doors. So in a sense, revisiting it was a breath of fresh air. No longer confined to the familiar path, I was eager to uncover what had changed, or rediscover that thrill of the unexpected. For example, I thought I was ready to head towards the guardhouse. When I put the final crest in to open the back gate, I still had one more to find. I mean, how is there 4? In the remake there's only 3, and that's just to get the Magnum. I genuinely had no idea where to go. I was pretty sure I'd been to every room. Another example is this door right here. It has a keypad on it. I have no idea where to find the code. It just doesn't exist in the remake. As it turns out, Barry gave me the code and it still didn't work anyway. The game's story was more simplistic than its modern counterpart. Wesker's motivations are more honest, and I really like that. And I wish they'd kept that in the remake.
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
The game's designed as a mystery. You find out more about what's going on at the same time that the player does. That means it has more environmental storytelling rather than dialogue, which many would actually say is a good thing. This is because what is written and voiced isn't, by today's standard, very good. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't very good by 1996 standards either.
What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
But to me, it's all part of the charm. When my buddy and I pulled an all-nighter, we'll just play this game and it gave us so many memories. So many cheesy one-liners to this day we still say to each other. You want another drink? No, I have this. The controls are tank-based, so if you've played the remake, nothing's really changed. If you've never played the first game in any of its forms, then the controls can be a bit fiddly to get used to. The camera is fixed, so it's almost like you're viewing security footage, and the camera changes, so does the controls. Down becomes up and left can become right. You're basically moving the characters in relation to their direction of travel. Now, the best way I think of it is to describe it is to imagine like the D-pad is a top-down perspective of your character, and up will always make you go forward no matter which way you're facing on screen. Speaking of which, I found using the D-pad a lot more responsive than using the left stick. So like I said earlier, the SeamlessHD version is the one that's on screen now. The team there have completely overhauled the game with HD textures, and although some of the models can look a little blocky, and every now and again Jill looks like she's had a very rough night on the town and hasn't shaved for about a week, to me it is the definitive way to play the original titles. In fact, all of my gameplay videos of the original Resident Evils 1, 2 and 3 have come from the HD project, so do check out those videos as well. As you progress through the game, you'll be facing off against the former employees of the Spencer Mansion. These are mostly now zombies and zombie dogs. The dogs are a bit of a nightmare, but again, thanks to the SeamlessHD project's quick turn, making dispatching them is a little easier. About halfway through the game, you've got to face up against the hunters, and my god, I forgot how hard these guys were. I mean, I think they were even harder than actual boss fights, to be fair. Unlike the zombie dogs, you just can't shoot them, because as soon as they get up, they're leaping all over the place. And as soon as they get behind you, that's it, your head's being removed from your body. And when you haven't saved for the best part of an hour, it can be so frustrating. To slow down your progress, you've also got puzzles, which in some regards can be a little easy in the remake and others a little harder. Take the painting for example. In the remake it's all colour coded, so it's very clear what you need to do, yet in the original there's very little direction. Unlike modern games, you won't find any sloshes of yellow paint everywhere. You do have to try and use a bit of your own thought process. They all do seem to be quite logical though. Push the statue here, use the crank there, nothing that seems completely out of place. Unlike later games in the series where you're facing little petri dishes of stones that have absolutely no idea what order they go in or how to do it or what. So yeah, the original game was a lot more logical. And so to summarise, if you're a hardcore fan and you love Resident Evil, then absolutely this game, you need to go back and play it. I know we've got the remake and it does look so much nicer. The rooms are far more detailed, the character models are high quality, and the voice acting is massively improved.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
But this is where it all started. And even if you're not a hardcore fan and you wanted to see how it all started, then give it a go. For me, I think the best description was like playing an old dream. It was lovely. Yes, the rooms are a little bland. If you like playing as Chris, then it's pretty much like the remake, where you don't have as many inventory slots, and you start with no pistol, and some of the puzzles are a little harder, you need to get Rebecca to help. I much prefer playing as Jill, mainly because you get Barry.
Sorry. I was really careless.
Are you okay, Barry?
And his epic one-liners.
It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Throughout this video, I have referenced the remake quite a bit, and if you've never played it, and you want to choose which version is best for you, then you need to watch the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you survivors next time.